Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I just want to talk about today something a little bit different and how we encounter our lives and when we go through it, how we change or not change. That's something also I want to talk about. I remember when I was my 20s, I did everything, partying, go work out. I didn't get much sleep, maybe 1, 2 nights a week, but didn't feel much. I didn't really notice it. I took a nap later in the afternoon, boom, I was ready to go. 30s, things change a little bit. You notice it already. If you don't get a good night's sleep, it's okay, but not too bad. 40s, ooh, bam, you don't get a good night's sleep. Takes a couple days to recover. So we are going through a different phase of our lives and we are not the same. And sometimes we forget that. Myself, a huge part of this and making mistakes and did make mistakes ignoring that I'm 30, 40 and over 40. We have to give respect to the body. We have to realize we're not 20s anymore. And it's hard. It's really, really hard. We don't want to. It's human nature. We don't want to accept, and we grind and we do everything and we make it happen and we ignore it and we say, oh, it's just excuses just because of that and this and that. But the truth is, it's not. It's just a time past. 20 years. In some cases, 30 years. How can you expect to be as good as in your 20s? Physically. Now, mentally, we are wiser. We can make better decisions. We have the experience on our side. We have all the time on our side. We have the knowledge. You know how much sleep you need. You know how much you can eat. You know what you can eat. You know what's best for you. You already know this. So hopefully taking advantage of those things. In your 20s, you don't know. You're all over the place. You eat as much as you want. You do as much as you can. You're excited about everything. You're doing everything. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it right. You don't know these things. You're just experiencing all that stuff. So you have to respect these things. And we have to acknowledge the fact that the body ages. Our cells, everything ages. Our joints wear out. Muscles wears out. Of course, we recover, especially if you take care of your body. You eat healthy, you exercise. The difference is incredible. But if you don't do those, you eat unhealthy, you're not exercising, stress, work, that's 40, 50, you really, really feel the difference compared to your 20s. Now, because we are going through different stages, our priorities changing. Not just our body and our hormones and our thinking, the priorities in life changing. When you were 20s, the priorities were not the same. Different, completely different priorities. You probably saw everything completely different than right now. And you probably nothing close to what you were thinking you will become right now. So therefore, you have to make adjustments. You have to make changes and adjustments. Every decade we're going through. When I was 38, people asked me about retirement. I said, retirement? What? Are you crazy? I am 38 years old. I'm thinking I got to ride 60 miles tomorrow, go over 2 big mountains, 8,000 feet of climbing. I was preoccupied with other things, not retirement, until I hit 40 And one of my friends, joking, having fun, saying, hey, you're going to be 60 in 20 years. And you know what? That hit me like a big stone. I'm like, that changed everything. So, but your priorities are not the same and cannot be the same than when you were 20. When you were 20, you could drink a bottle of whiskey, you still wake up in the morning, you went to the gym, you went to work, and you were fine. Now, if you're in your 40s, you drink a bottle of whiskey, there's no way you can wake up, go to the gym, and go to work. Yeah, you probably can, but you're going to have a miserable day all day. So the priorities changes. At this, when you're 40, 50, you cannot have the same priorities than when you were 20s. You cannot drink that much. You cannot eat that much. Financial priorities are completely different when you were 20s. When you were 20s, you didn't care. Who cares? I have the whole life ahead of me. I don't care. Just having fun, enjoying life. No care. When you hit 40, your priority has to be different. Because in 20 years, you're going to be 60. And if you're 50, in 10 years, you're going to be 60. So your priorities cannot be same. If you have kids, your priorities cannot be the same. And you cannot behave in your 30s if you have kids like how you behaved in your 20s around your friends. You have to change. These things needs to be changed. And as we go through different stages in our life, sometimes we have to sit down and have a conversation with ourselves. We have to manage these things because our minds, especially guys, we're still kids in heart. We are still kids in heart, and we want to do things like kids. But the body is not taking it. The family is not taking it. Your kids are not taking it. You cannot behave like when you were 20s. And we have to accept those things. Those are sometimes really, really hard. But these are some of the challenges that we face going through our lives in every decade. And we change our perspective of world, our mind changing. Everybody does. I change. I vote for people before that I would never vote again. Or I'm thinking now, the heck was I thinking? For example, everything changes and it has to change. You cannot be the same like when you were in your 20s. If you are in your mid 40s or 50s and you still behave and you still eat the same way when you were 20s, you're heading to the wrong direction. Or you already headed there and you are on a wrong way to really bad things. So we have to make those sacrifices, and we have to know we're humans. God gave us a mind sometimes to sit down, have a conversation with ourselves, and change things, adjust things in your personal life and in your professional life. And that's what's going to make you better and happier and sleep better and eat better and feel better in your 40s and your 50s or even later on in your life. If you make those adjustments, your everyday life quality will be great. You will enjoy your everyday life. And if you enjoy your everyday life, your days are happy. If your days are happy, your weeks are happy and great. If your weeks are great, your year is going to be great. And that's what put a consistent happiness, greatness, and a good life. You guys still there? If you're still there, please, and you enjoy my content, you got some value out of it or entertainment, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.